The Chicago Blackhawks recently played in their 4th outdoor hockey game against the Minnesota Wild. But here's the local connection. Brian Noonan, Naperville North head hockey coach, is a former Hawk. NSW's Charlie Edward caught up with the coach after playing in the Blackhawks alumni game.
This feature is brought to you by Country Financial and your Naperville financial representative, Brian McLowry.
You wouldn't know it from this almost empty setting. With the snow gently falling on a random Wednesday morning over this sparsely populated ice rink in Bensenville, that the man taking the ice, Naperville North head coach and former Chicago Blackhawk Brian Noonan, had played in front of 38,000 people just days before.
You know, when you get to be 50 years old and you get older, you don't expect to go play in a stadium series in front of 30,000 people. You assume those days are over, but
for one day at TCF Bank Stadium in Minnesota, it was not over, as alumni from both Chicago and Minnesota made up each team's roster.
you know, to be invited back by the Blackhawks to get to play in a game like that, that ranks up to one of the best weekends I've had playing hockey.
Drafted in 1983, Noonan played in parts of 12 NHL seasons, 7 with the Blackhawks from 1987 to 1994. And at the alumni game, his locker was stationed right next to that of one Chris Chelios, the legendary Blackhawks defenseman.
A lot of the alumni still live in Illinois, so we see a lot of them. But there were a few I haven't seen. You know, Tony Esposito I don't see much, and Jeremy Roenick, who's obviously busy doing TV, we don't see much, so it's good to see him.
Now that he's lifted the Stanley Cup and played an outdoor game, his next goal is rebuilding the Huskies' hockey brand.
If we're getting the team back on the map and getting many players out there as we have, I think building it and getting it back together, I think it has been a successful year.
In Bensenville, Charlie Edward for NSW.